היום הפלאפון שלך יודע הכל. יש לך גוגל בפלאפון. תגלוש ותראה.
Relevance, exhaustivity, speed, and ergonomy. Those are the four values that this ad celebrates. Those are the four pillars that made Google what it is today. I'm delighted to be here with our goleador of mobile, Hugo Barra, to talk to you about mobile first, about why we believe that today mobile is the key enabler for our future experiences on the web. So we will try out some demos. We will show here the products that Hugo and our team of wizards is trying to propose for the next 2 years. But before that, let me just lay the ground very quickly, talking to you about the 3 big bets that Google is continuing to make consistently and consistently. The first one is betting on the web. Google was born on the web, and we do believe that the web will be central to our future, our heart somehow, for a long time to come. Why do we believe that? Because we believe in open systems, because we think innovation comes from the vastest possible number of people collaborating. And we believe that a common open standard is fundamental to ensure that innovations continues to happen. So what are we doing about it? We are promoting HTML5 for richer experiences, and we are trying to do whatever we can so that the standard bodies continue to promote and facilitate an open world. Web apps. I've seen most of you, or some of you, most of you actually not at the moment, but some of you were using Gmail on an iPad at the moment. Gmail is a web app, not a native app, but it provides a better experience than the native app. And we believe that this is a very important thing to notice. Chrome browser. 18 months ago, right, Hugo, we came up with a browser because we saw we needed to shake up the browser world a little bit. Can we see the ad? Thank you, Hugo. It's a Chrome browser against a potato. You'll see what happens. We don't have the sound, I see. You see, the browser beats the potato. Now, the important point on that, again, is that speed is key to the experience. Speed is fundamental for ergonomy. Actually, Chrome browser became 5 times faster than what it was when we launched it. On what is this based? The second bet, cloud computing. Cloud computing is when both the power and the data reside not on the device we have in our hands, but on the network. And we believe that this is what is currently making the key change in our experiences. It's a fundamental shift in the way we look at things. Yes, it touches privacy, yes, it touches a lot of aspects, but it's something that allows us to live in a world that's more open, more collaborative, more interesting, more engaging. So again, we developed, after Chrome browser, we will now develop Chrome OS. I had the luck of sitting in the room, when was it? Something like 2 months after I joined Google, and see our founders together with the engineering team, Hugo, who's developing Chrome OS. And they came up and said, I want an operating system that can ramp up when I open my PC in 15 seconds, said Larry or Sergey, I don't remember. And they said, we can do it in 10. He said, OK, you'll do it in 5. And they are still trying to figure this out. I think they're at about 8 seconds now at the moment, so it should come out in a few minutes. So yes, cloud computing is important for experience it gives. We can share data among many devices in a very easy way. But obviously, it's at the basis, at the forefront of something fundamental, which is mobile. And this is where I would like to give the floor to our goleador of mobile, Hugo.
Thank you, Carlo, and it's a real honor to share the stage with you. And hi, everyone. It's nice to see you all again this morning. The next bet, of course, is mobile itself. We've placed a huge bet on Android as an open operating system for mobile devices. And that investment has paid off really nicely for us. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is something else. I wanted to talk about our new software development philosophy for mobile applications, which is something that we call purely and simply mobile supercomputing. It's just the beginning, but the near infinite computing and storage capability of the cloud is already enabling us to do some pretty amazing things that were completely impossible even 2 or 3 years ago. By connecting this device or any of the devices that you have in your pockets to the cloud, some magic transformations happen. That camera, which is like 15 cents in the bottom of this phone, becomes a powerful eye, the most powerful camera ever, that can actually see and analyze the visual, physical world around it. That microphone, which again is a really simple piece of electronic, when connected to the cloud, can understand human spoken language, and so on and so forth. So I wanted to show you a few examples of what we mean by mobile supercomputing here today. And I'm going to start with the year and talk about one of the most complex computer science problems that we've been working on at Google for the past few years, and that's speech recognition. Over the last year or so, we launched our flagship voice web search product in a bunch of different languages, from Chinese to Japanese and Korean to German, Spanish, French, Italian, Polish, Czech, Russian, and many other languages. This week, we launched Afrikaans and Zulu, which are the first underrepresented languages in our portfolio for voice search. I suspect some of you don't even know where Afrikaans and Zulu are spoken. They're spoken in Southern Africa. And let me tell you, users are actually loving this technology. Just to give you an idea, 1 out of every 4 searches, web searches that we receive from Android devices in the US are actually coming via voice, via speech recognition. Android devices all come with that microphone button, so it's really easy to access it. But 25%, I think, is astonishing. It really shows the value of this technology. Now, what I wanted to do today is show you the next step in the evolution of the voice user interface. Just a couple of months ago, we launched a product in the US called Voice Actions. And Voice Actions allows you to do some amazing and incredibly useful things on your phone using your voice with just one touch. So let me show you a few examples of that live on a device over here. Let's go to the live feed. There we go. So I'm going to click on this microphone button here. And the first example I'm going to show you, to do this, we basically wired voice recognition and local search technologies, these are both cloud technologies, together in a sort of an intimate way to make it absolutely dead simple to call any business or any place. So watch this carefully. Call Four Seasons Hotel in Paris. 1, 2, bam. Really, really, really fast. I'll interrupt that because I don't actually want to call them now. So incredibly fast. There's no faster way of calling a business than doing what I just did. Now here's the next one. Have you found yourself rushing down the street, downtown, you're carrying a briefcase, a coat, some documents, you're running late to a meeting, and you just need to send a quick text message, but you just can't do it. It's really, really hard. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way to do that by just pressing one button, just one step? Let me show you how you're going to be sending your text messages going forward using the Voice UI. Send text to Robert Hamilton. I'm almost there. Let's meet downstairs in 5 minutes. Oh, I can even count. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? So this is amazing, and of course, it's very useful. Here's my favorite example, and I'll just jump straight into it. Listen to Katy Perry, I Kissed a Girl. So this is going to launch my music streaming application of choice. In my case, it's Spotify, which just crashed, but we're going to try that again. Listen to Katy Perry, I Kissed a Girl. And I'll just hit go. So that's going to launch Spotify. It's going to take a second to log me in. And then 1, 2, voila. This was maybe a little too early for that tune. So that's voice actions, and we're working, of course, on many other things. Already today, you can use this technology to send emails. You can navigate somewhere by just saying where you want to go with one step. You can send yourself a reminder. I think many of us here are list makers, so I send myself emails all the time. Very, very useful stuff, and we're working on more of these, and we're going to bring it to more languages.
Cool. Hugo, that was pretty cool, but we are in a room where we have marketeers and media companies. How will cloud computing, change their life as well?
So that's a good question, Carlo, and to answer it, you can tell I had a few drinks last night. I almost fell down there. Let's talk about machine vision technology. Some of you may be familiar with a product that's called Google Goggles. Goggles allows you to basically search the world by photographing it, by taking pictures of places, of artwork, of bottles of wine, movie posters, products of many different kinds, lots of different things. You can even take a picture of, say, a restaurant menu in some language, and it'll recognize the text, translate it to a language that you've chosen, and give you the answer, if you will. So it's really awesome. What's really cool is that a few months ago, we realized that the same technology that we've used to build goggles is actually the key to a potentially huge breakthrough in advertising. So you know that today, and Nikki was telling me this in detail last night, that most of the dollars in advertising are spent not in digital, not online, but offline. Well, we think that this technology is potentially going to help actually bring these two worlds together, online and offline, and actually make ads in the physical offline world clickable and actionable in a really, really easy way.
As an Italian, I start to be a little bit worried, Hugo, because some years ago we were saying that the phone would be a part of our body. Now, if you try to put a screen into my body, I really think I would have a hard time. So I think the evolutions are only at the beginning. So just to wrap up, relevance and exhaustivity, very important to create the experience, the engagement. Speed and ergonomy, that's what makes it scalable, that brings the emotion. And I have one personal bet. I believe that making information relevant, easily accessible to anyone, anywhere, any when, will continue to be Google's missions for quite a long time. Thank you.